If you're a man over 50 dealing with weakened sensation, declining hardness, or delayed recovery, what you're about to discover might transform everything you thought you knew about your body's capabilities. This has nothing to do with expensive supplements, prescriptions, or shortcuts that promise miracles. This is about bringing your system back into balance using one of the safest, most overlooked, and incredibly effective approaches: the strategic application of certain natural oils that safeguard delicate tissues, boost healthy blood flow, and support lasting firmness the way nature intended. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, a urologist who spent more than 10 years in clinical practice guiding men toward renewed confidence, restored function, and genuine comfort using evidence-based natural strategies. And time after time, I've witnessed how the correct oil-based protocol can be the turning point between tissue breakdown and healing, between lost feeling and awakened responsiveness, between fleeting hardness and dependable performance. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly which oils deliver real results, why they're superior to anything synthetic, and the precise way to incorporate them safely for maximum impact. But first, we need to talk about what's actually going on beneath the surface after you hit 50, and why proper lubrication isn't just helpful, it's absolutely critical. Before we go further, do me a favor. Drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from. I love hearing from men all over the world who are taking charge of their health. And if you find this information valuable, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss future videos that could change your life. Now, let's get into the science. As the years go by, your skin slowly loses its ability to hold on to moisture. Those sebaceous glands that used to pump out a protective oil layer all day long, they're now working at barely 40% of what they did when you were younger. And here's the thing, the skin covering the penis is some of the thinnest, most sensitive tissue anywhere on your body. When it dries out, it becomes fragile, paper thin, and dangerously exposed to friction damage. Every time you engage without enough lubrication, you're creating tiny, invisible tears. You won't see them, but your nerve endings absolutely feel them. Over weeks, months, years, this adds up to irritation, stiffness in the tissue, and ultimately a major drop in sensitivity. But that's not all. Collagen, the protein that keeps your skin bouncy and strong, starts declining too. What used to heal overnight now takes days or even weeks. And when you keep adding friction on top of friction without giving your body what it needs to protect itself, you speed up that loss of feeling even faster. Then there's what's happening with your blood vessels. The inner lining that used to expand easily and flood your tissues with blood, it's becoming rigid, less responsive to the nitric oxide signals your body sends out. The outcome? Weaker circulation, shorter staying power, and sluggish recovery times. But here's the exciting part. Certain natural oils, when they penetrate through the skin, can actually improve blood flow right where you need it, feed the tissue with nutrients, and help you maintain firmness in a way that's totally natural and sustainable. And we can't ignore nerve health. Years of dryness, constant rubbing, or exposure to harsh chemical lubricants quietly wear down those nerve endings. That gradual numbness you might be noticing, it's not always just getting older. A lot of the time, it's the buildup of microscopic damage and chemical irritation that nobody warned you about. So before I reveal which oils you should be using, let me explain why natural oils absolutely crush commercial products. Walk into any drugstore and you'll see rows of lubricants with flashy packaging and big claims. But flip the bottle over and read the ingredients. Glycerin, parabens, synthetic fragrances. These chemicals throw off your body's natural pH balance, irritate sensitive skin, and ironically, dry you out over time. They're designed for quick slickness, not for long-term tissue health. Natural oils are a completely different story. They're loaded with living nutrients, vitamins, essential fatty acids, antioxidants that don't just make things slippery, they actually heal and strengthen your tissue from the inside. They get partially absorbed, which means they're feeding your skin while also keeping a smooth, protective barrier on the surface. And unlike water-based lubes that evaporate in minutes, natural oils stick around. That extended protection is key for avoiding friction injuries and keeping your nerves alive and responsive. All right, let's break down the oils one by one so you know exactly what to use and why. First up, one of the easiest to find and most powerful, coconut oil. Virgin, unrefined coconut oil is like a multi-tool for your body. It's packed with lauric acid, caprylic acid, and vitamin E, a combination that promotes skin healing, fights off harmful microbes, and encourages blood flow. The lauric acid gives coconut oil its natural antibacterial and antifungal power, which is a game changer for men who deal with irritation or inflammation, especially if you're uncircumcised. It creates a thin, breathable layer that blocks infections while letting the good bacteria do their job. Your skin stays balanced and strong. Now, here's something really interesting about coconut oil: its impact on circulation. The medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs, inside it can boost tiny blood vessels near the surface when it's absorbed, bringing a gentle warmth and better blood flow. A lot of men tell me that once they start using coconut oil regularly, they notice stronger firmness and better endurance. We don't have massive clinical studies on this yet, but the real-world feedback I hear is impossible to ignore. And the vitamin E? That's working overtime to help your tissue bounce back from minor friction wear and regain its stretchiness. With consistent use, tons of men report their skin feels softer, more elastic, and more alive, like the nerves are coming back online. Here's how to use it right. Start with about a teaspoon. Rub it between your hands until it melts into a clear liquid. Warm oil spreads smoothly and feels way more comfortable. Gently apply it to the shaft and head, but skip the hairy areas if you're prone to blocked pores or ingrown hairs. You can always use more if needed, but starting light keeps things mess-free. Next, let's talk about my second go-to, sweet almond oil, which I like to call the sensitivity reviver. Sweet almond oil is lighter than coconut oil, soaks in faster, and it's absolutely loaded with nutrients that target your nerves and skin. It's packed with vitamin E and B-complex vitamins like riboflavin and niacin, both essential for repairing nerves and improving signal quality. Think of it like feeding your nerve endings directly. Over time, it can bring back responsiveness in areas where feeling has faded. It also has omega-3 fatty acids, which fight inflammation deep in your cells. This matters because even low-level ongoing inflammation can jam up nerve signals and choke off blood flow. By calming that inflammation, almond oil opens the door for sensitivity and circulation to come back naturally. The texture is what I call just right, not too heavy, not too watery. It glides on effortlessly, doesn't feel sticky, and lasts through extended activity without drying out too fast. If you've got easily irritated skin or a history of reactions, almond oil is usually safe. But if you've got any kind of nut allergy, skip it completely. And when you try it the first time, do a quick patch test on your inner forearm and wait a full day to make sure there's no reaction. To use it, warm about half a teaspoon to a full teaspoon in your hands. Because it spreads so easily, you might need less than you think. And unlike coconut oil, it stays liquid even when it's cold, so it's ready to go whenever you are. Now let's look at a lighter, circulation-focused choice, grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil has this silky, almost weightless feel. It's thin, smooth, and absorbs fast. But don't underestimate it. It's rich in proanthocyanidins, powerful antioxidants that strengthen the walls of your blood vessels and help them respond better. When you apply it to the skin, it encourages stronger microcirculation, the kind of steady blood flow that directly fuels firmer, longer-lasting erections. It's also full of vitamin E and linoleic acid, both critical for keeping your skin's protective barrier intact. That means less irritation, less dryness, and skin that stays moisturized and tough. Guys who use grapeseed oil consistently often tell me their skin feels tougher and less bothered by friction. If you sometimes swing between dry patches and occasional oiliness, grapeseed oil balances that out beautifully by regulating how much natural oil your skin produces. Because it soaks in quickly, you might need to reapply during longer sessions, but keeping a small bottle within reach solves that easily. For a lot of men, grapeseed oil hits the sweet spot between function and feel. Now, number 4, jojoba oil, one of the most scientifically impressive options out there. Here's a fun fact. Jojoba isn't actually an oil. It's a liquid wax ester that's nearly identical to the natural sebum your own skin makes. That makes it insanely compatible with human tissue. When you put it on, your body treats it like it's homegrown and absorbs it deeply without clogging anything up. This matters because jojoba doesn't just coat the surface, it balances your skin's oil levels. Producing too little? Jojoba adds what's missing. Producing too much? It signals your glands to dial it back. That balance prevents both extreme dryness and excess oiliness, two major causes of irritation and lost sensitivity. Jojoba is also stacked with vitamin E, B vitamins, zinc, and copper, all crucial for tissue repair and nerve function. Use it regularly and you'll start to notice the skin of the penis becoming healthier, more responsive, and more comfortable, with better tactile awareness over time. It's one of the most stable oils you can buy, lasts forever on the shelf, and has a perfect consistency for long sessions. It never gets sticky, and it's one of the least likely to cause any kind of reaction, perfect for sensitive skin. Finally, let's talk about the luxury option, argan oil. People call argan oil liquid gold for a reason. It's packed with an unusually high amount of vitamin E, plus squalene and ferulic acid, compounds that improve elasticity, hydration, and the health of your blood vessels. For guys dealing with thinning or less stretchy penile skin, argan oil can help bring back some of that youthful bounce. Ferulic acid specifically has been proven to improve endothelial function, which means it helps your blood vessels relax and open up completely, supporting better circulation and longer-lasting hardness. Argan oil also reduces swelling, speeds up healing, and keeps moisture locked in without feeling greasy. It feels rich but light, protective but not heavy, and just a few drops cover a lot of area. The only downside? Price. But when you consider the results and the fact that one tiny bottle can last for months, most men agree it's worth every penny. Just make sure you buy pure, organic, cold-pressed argan oil, never diluted blends or cheap imitations. All right, now that you know the 5 oils, let's talk about how to pick the right one and use it like a pro. You don't need all 5. Choose based on what you're trying to fix. For everyday protection and comfort, go with coconut oil. For bringing back lost sensitivity, sweet almond oil. For boosting firmness and blood flow, grapeseed oil. For overall tissue balance and health, jojoba oil. And for premium level rejuvenation, argan oil. Apply your oil 5 to 10 minutes before any activity to give it time to soak partway into the tissue. This gives you surface smoothness plus deeper nourishment. Always warm it between your palms first. This makes it feel better and spread easier. Start with half a teaspoon. You can layer more later. It's way better to add gradually than dump too much at once. For longer sessions, keep your oil close by. Most natural oils will need a quick reapplication every 20 to 30 minutes to keep things smooth and protected. Reapplying doesn't just improve the feeling, it reinforces hydration and defense. If your main goal is restoring sensitivity, try mixing sweet almond oil with a drop of vitamin E oil. Just poke a capsule and blend it in. This combo feeds your nerves intensely. For a top-tier skin health blend, combine jojoba and argan oils. Together, they give you instant lubrication and long-term regeneration. Some guys like adding a tiny drop of essential oil, peppermint for circulation, lavender for calming. But be extremely careful. Essential oils are strong and can burn sensitive tissue fast. Never use more than 1 drop per tablespoon of carrier oil. Before putting any oil near intimate areas, do a patch test. Dab a little on your inner arm and wait 24 hours to make sure there's no redness or itching. And remember, oils break down latex condoms. If you need protection, use polyurethane or polyisoprene options, or switch to a water-based lube instead. Keep yourself clean. Wash before and after each session, and store your oils somewhere cool and dark to keep them from going bad. If an oil starts smelling weird, changes color, or gets thick, toss it and get fresh. Now here's where it gets exciting. When you use high-quality natural oils consistently, the benefits stack up fast. Your skin gets healthier, stretchier, and better hydrated. Your circulation improves. Your sensitivity starts coming back. Men who stick with a 30-day routine often see dramatic changes by the second week. Smoother tissue, firmer erections, and a renewed sense of connection with their own body. With regular use, you're not just making things more comfortable, you're protecting your future. You're stopping micro damage before it happens, preserving the integrity of your nerves, and keeping the quality of sensation sharp well into your later years. This isn't pampering. This is a smart, long-term investment in your vitality. A few drops of the right oil every day can prevent years of breakdown and even lower your risk of minor scarring in the penile tissue. Remember, you're not treating yourself to something extravagant. You're taking care of one of the most important parts of your well-being, your intimate tissue health. And that deserves care, respect, and proper attention, no matter how old you are. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and I'm here to remind you that holding on to sensitivity, strength, and pleasure after 50 isn't about getting lucky. It's about making smart choices. Pick your oil thoughtfully, stick with it for 30 days, and watch your body prove just how powerfully it can heal when you give it the right tools.